It's like, you sure you don't want to like hang out tonight? I was like, tonight? No, like I'm going to bed. And he was like, oh, okay, all good. And we talked about like going to the beach tomorrow, so I was like, oh, maybe I'll see you tomorrow. And he was like, yeah. It's been 3 days and there's been no text. What does it mean? I'm confused. Did he just want to and because I was like, nah, I'm going home, like, he was like, nah, if you want to say that. Maybe not tonight because I'm tired, but maybe tomorrow. Like, I just don't get it. Like, what's he doing? Hello?
This is what happens, fellas, when you are proactive with your masculinity. This is what happens when you tell through your actions that you are not going to waste any of your very valuable time on a woman who is showing you low to medium levels of interest. See, our guy here, we don't have a picture of him. We don't see a photograph or anything of that nature. But what we do know is that in order for a man to be attractive to a woman at all in this modern Western dating culture, he has to check off a bunch of metrics. He has to be tall enough, make enough money, have a decent enough physique. He has to have enough facial symmetry to be regarded as at least slightly handsome. So, and we also know that he actually got her real phone number, not a fake one. So this guy isn't just some schlub she was wasting time with. This was a guy who is a potential prospect. But she, not a bad looking chick. She's young, decent length of hair. She probably has a whole plethora of options, at least in her point of view. And so she's stringing this guy along. He already asked her once, you want to come over tonight? What'd she say? No, I'm tired. What do we know about a woman who actually wants to give you that goodie box, fellas? What do we know about a woman who is determined above all to give that thing away? Answer. We know from groupies who sneak into rock stars and rappers' hotel rooms and try to find their way on board the tour bus. We know what they're willing to do. Climb barbed wire fences, sneak past security. We know they're willing to risk getting arrested and falling down a flight of stairs. Anything just for the opportunity. For the opportunity to stand in line behind the other chicks who got there first. So no, she didn't want to give them none. We know that a woman who's determined to give you something like that is only going to be stopped by her menstrual cycle. Number 2, he asked, okay, well, tonight's not going to happen. How about we go for a walk on the beach tomorrow? Maybe. We'll see. Probably. I'll let you know. Translation. Fuck no. And that's the only way you as men should take that. If you ask a woman to spend intimate time with her and she gives you, yeah, I don't know, I'll see, let me check my schedule, it's just like her sticking her middle finger with crazy glue on it to your forehead. Don't waste the time, fellas. You don't have time to waste. Tomorrow is promised to no one. And she's up there confused, so-called, wondering what's going on, lying to herself and us that if all he wanted to do was smash, he could have just said that. She's a liar. How do I know she's a liar? How do I make such a bold claim on a woman I don't even know? Well, let's take a look at the screen. This young woman is probably in her early 20s, mid-20s max. No way she's in her 30s, right? This chick, talking about she's tired. Doesn't she look like the kind of female who waits all year for pumpkin spice latte season? You think she's never had a Red Bull? Tired is an excuse, fellas. Because she'd find the energy she wanted to get that thing away for if Drake was the one asking. If Channing Tatum wanted to swing through. If Magic Mike wanted to come and give us one of that magic pipe, she'd find some energy from somewhere. You can best believe that. And she wasn't on her cycle. Trust me, she'd find some energy from somewhere. So that's bullshit. Then we're talking about her wanting to go maybe for a walk on the beach tomorrow. See, our guy probably played baseball back in high school, or at the very least watched it on TV. He knows that 3 strikes, you're out. He did not want to harm himself or his dignity any further. Now she's complaining about he hasn't called in 3 days. He'll never call again if he has his sense about him. If he knows, like I know, he understands there's 4.3 billion other women on this planet. Why would he waste his time with a woman like you who's bullshitting, shucking, and jiving? You see, fellas, Here's the thing that most people overlook when they watch clips like this that comes to my mind first. Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone back in March of 1876. Now that's 147 years ago at the time I'm recording this video. You mean to tell me this 20-something-year-old woman has no clue how 150-year-old technology works? Am I also to believe, again, a young woman in her 20s? Steve Jobs unveiled the first iPhone back in June of 07. That was 16 years ago. If she's 23, that means she's had her face in a screen navigating smartphones since she was at least 7 years old. Am I really supposed to believe? Are we really supposed to play make-believe along with her? She don't know how the phone works? You can't call him? Since you're so interested, right? We're supposed to pretend that you're supposed to be interested in this guy, right? You can't pick a phone up and call, find out what's going on, but you can run to that same phone and make a TikTok about it. Gotta read between them lines, fellas. I want the attention and validation from the internet, but I can't dial 10 numbers, including the area code, and press the green send button? No, because you didn't like him like that. And because you didn't like him like that, you're screaming for sympathy and outreach. You're screaming for simps to come say, "Oh, man, I wouldn't do you like that, baby. You're a princess. You're a goddess. I would never do you like that." Meanwhile, you don't want them dudes either. You want Chad Thunderstroke to come through and deal with your bullshit, knowing full well that guy, and salute to him, man. And this is my message to you guys. First of all, shout out to you guys. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But no, the thing of it is, this guy probably sat back and thought about it. He said, I already got a Nintendo. I already got a PlayStation. I already got an Xbox. I got boxes and boxes of Milton Bradley and Parker Brothers sitting over in the corner. I don't got time to play games with a woman. And he went on about his business, went on about his life, and has left her in the rear view mirror, face covered in dust as the tires spun out the parking lot. Figuratively speaking, of course. And that's exactly what you guys should do. If a female is just blowing you off and just teaspooning you, if a woman is just acting like she got a million other things and other people she'd rather be doing, she's right. And you should take that at face value. Do exactly what he did. No screaming, no shouting, no getting emotional, no getting mad. Cut all contact. It's as if you got beamed up by the Starship Enterprise. Gone. You don't owe her an explanation. You don't owe her anything because she knows what time it is. I didn't hear her say this was her long-term boyfriend, her fiance. This was some guy, and I refuse to believe a chick like this basic white chick raised here in the West, with all of the faults that come with that, isn't a full participant in hookup culture. I refuse to believe this woman is a virgin. I won't believe it unless I see a signed affidavit. So no, she knows what it is. She's had one-night stands before, and this guy was looking for something a little more substantial than that, but he couldn't even get that. He couldn't even get the precursors to what could be a long-term relationship because she's bullshitting and playing games. So salute to him. Learn that man's lesson. Apply it in your own life. Use no contact because you should. Stop giving women who don't deserve it your very valuable attention. It's a resource they cannot live without, so make them earn it. And there's no point in you taking a bad deal with you giving her all your attention and you getting nothing in return. So, quick video today, fellas, but that's my time. Like the video, comment down below. Share with a friend, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Never let your brother suffer in silence when the truth can set him free. Networkers, we working. Until next time.